Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Stopped by the hardware store this morning, picked up some bolts and some eye-rings here for the hiller that we built for the tractor. The goal is to try to get that garden tilled back up again today, and I want to put the hiller on and see if we can attach it with these and these eye bolts here to ratchet strap the new hiller that we built with wood. Hopefully we can get it to work on the back of that and get the garden hilled out today. I want to stop by the greenhouse here. Here's the rolls of cardboard that we have. I ordered a couple of these. It's just cardboard paper. This is a 4-foot tall one, and we have two boxes over here that are actually, no, this is two 2-foot, and this is the 4-foot that's right here. So different style rolls that we're going to use. Again, this is just an idea that I had for the garden to try to build that out. But here's our starts. Everything's starting to sprout up here a little bit. Nothing too crazy yet. It's actually going a bit slower this year. I'm a little concerned. We have a thermometer in here, and I think it's dipping below the temperatures that we need it to be at. We put this heater in here to run overnight. That way we can make sure the temperature doesn't get too low. However, I think it's still been messing with us and our starts, and that's kind of crappy. Last year we didn't have nearly as much of an issue with that because Jerry started everything inside. Everything just seemed to take off, and she had a UV light that was on it on the racks in the basement, and those plants just over the course of a couple weeks just took off. These ones are a bit slower, so it's a little frustrating. I'm not sure why that's doing that. Yeah, all the trees are starting to bloom out, which are really nice. The new apple trees that we planted are doing pretty good. One of them started to push over from the wind the other day, so Jerry and I went down there and we put some stakes in to stake them too. Another thing that we've been working on here recently, guys, is we got this big dumpster, and so Jerry and I have been going around the property, and if you don't remember the big pile of trash that's up by the pig pens up there, that all got pulled out and we threw it into the dumpster, and there's just so much debris and junk around the property. I think we're maybe halfway done, but we still got quite a bit. And if you look in here, this is what we've put in here so far. And quite a bit of stuff, and some of that of course came from inside the house. I had to tear down the kitchen in the basement as we're getting some basement work done. They're strapping the walls for structural support and then putting a water system, a water trenching system to pump any kind of moisture that gets in the basement out, and then putting up a moisture barrier around the walls. That way we can move forward with actually finishing off our basement properly, and we're excited about that. Here's a blueberry bush. It's coming in very nicely. Let's check out, this is the smaller blueberry. And then over here is our peach tree. The peach, all these blossoms are looking really good. I think we got like 2 or 3 peaches off this last year. And then over here is our apple tree, guys. This is our mature apple tree. We got apples off this as soon as we moved in back in 2020. It was already full of apples in that September. Last year we didn't quite have as many. I think we had some issues with some pests, but I'm hoping this year's better. Although the pear tree, for those that have been around long enough, remember last year this thing was slam full of pears, and we canned all kinds of pears. We've got pear jams, preserves, just a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to probably do it again this year. These last 2 mature trees down here, these are our plum trees. We've got 2 plums, although last year they didn't really do very good because they got eaten by some sort of insects. Even though we sprayed the trees, we did everything to try to prevent the loss of the fruit. Unfortunately, they got eaten. We did salvage 1 or 2 last year, and they were very, very pretty. But this year I'm hoping to get a little better return. We've got it pruned up nice and everything looks good. I did go around earlier this year and put some wood ash around the base of all the trees, the drip lines of these trees, try to help them produce a little bit. And then of course here are the 3 new trees, 1, 2, 3. And this is what we did. We just added a garden stake, a little Velcro strap around it. That way it just holds it in place. When the wind blows, it doesn't blow them down. And then this one over here was the one that kind of blew down the other day, right here. It still seems to be doing okay, which is a good thing. All of our fruit trees and plants are really blooming up now, and all the trees are starting to bud out and grow leaves, and it's nice seeing the color come back here in the spring. I love the vibrant colors. Our grass is even getting close to being needed mowed here, so Jerry's probably gonna be mowing that soon, so we'll have to get that tractor up and running, or the lawnmower. And then out here in the field, the hay field, I have some fertilizer that I need to spread. So that's gonna be coming up here real soon. I gotta get that spread out here in the field. All right, while I'm going down to get the tractor, Jerry's up here. She's getting stuff together because she's gonna continue cleaning up some of the trash around the property. She's going in, there's a bunch of tin and cinder blocks and shingles and just every kind of junk you can think of. So that's what she's gonna work on right now, and I'm gonna grab this tractor. I want to see this thing, if we can dry fit this with the bolts to make sure we're going to be able to make it work. All right, so that's basically what I was doing. Just wanted to get it set up on there, put the bolts through, and let's see if they'll fit here. I got a 4-inch bolt here with 2 nuts and a flat washer. Let's see if this will work. I'm hoping it will. We gotta pick this bottom up a little bit. Yep. That looks a little better. Yeah, nice. So the idea was get it where I can put a washer on there and then be able to get 1 or 2 of these nuts on. Something like that. That's just to be used as a pivot point, kind of as a hinge. It's gonna hold the wood onto the tiller, but it's not gonna keep it from moving. This is just to keep it on there. I didn't want to rip the wood off. So put this one on this side just to make sure that they're both good, and then we'll take it back off, get it out to the garden and till back up out there before we put this on and actually use it. Jerry went and got the key to the lawnmower to see if we can't get this thing turned over for the first time this year. Yeah. Let's see. It's probably dead. Uh-oh. I can't believe it's just gonna start. This thing hasn't been in undercover. It's been in all the elements all winter long. Look at that! Eureka! She'll have to pull that up over here so we can get some air in the tires at the shed. But I'm glad that thing started right up. I didn't expect that thing to start right away. I thought we were gonna maybe have to charge the battery or do a little bit of maintenance to it. Nice.
I love Craftsman.
Is that one right there, the back one flat? That one we put some Fix-A-Flat in it last year.
Nope.
And it seems to be holding. The front one's good. This one I know is flat. It's not completely flat, but it's down there. And that one's a little low. Yeah. Well, once we get a pressure washer eventually, it's something that we've been talking about since we moved here. We'll be able to clean all this up. Tractor, lawnmower, all that. But hey, it started. That's awesome. What's the plan? You're gonna go mow a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna go out to the garden on the tractor, and she's gonna put air in the tires for the lawnmower and go cut the grass for the first time. Now that we know that the garden's tilled up, I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can't get this hiller mounted on the back of the tiller here. That's actually pretty good. I wonder if it will stay like that. We can give it a test run and see if this works. If not, I'll have to put on the additional strapping. My idea was to put something back here, run it up around here, and maybe one on that side to keep it from pulling off, but this works. Maybe we should give it a try. We might have to add some weight right here, some cinder blocks.
Covered and maybe a center block, but if this was deeper.
All right, so that worked actually pretty darn good out there, and the initial pass through got all the 11 rows built out, which is good. Jerry was looking at it, and we think we might be able to improve it even a little bit better. So we're going to put some wood on top of it here and try to block this in so it doesn't overflow as much. And then I might actually try to put something on the side here to lower it down just a little bit. We could add a little bit of weight to pull us down, but it's doing pretty good the way it is. If it just goes down a little bit deeper, we're gonna modify it a little bit and go back over the hills and see how much more it improves it. But the way they are now are very usable, and we're just a little bit more of a perfectionist, so we're trying to perfect it a little bit better before we call it good. But either way, I'm gonna get some extra wood on here, and then we're gonna go out there and do a second run on those hills. All right, so here's what we came up with. We put some additional 2x8s and a 2x4 on top from we had from extra scrap wood, and then I took a piece of 2x8 and I made an extender on the bottom to give this a couple extra inches of depth. We'll see this works. All this extra wood that's on here also adds weight to help pull it down. If it still doesn't work, we can add cinder blocks or something else to weight it down a little bit more, but we're gonna go give it a test drive and see how this works. Hopefully this will refine the rows just a little bit better. Brought some blocks, so hopefully this can weight it down a little more. Some straps. Let's see if that works. I got another ratchet strap in case we need it, but I just need these things so they don't fall off. It holds a little weight. Not sure if it will work or not, but let's give it a try. All right, plan H, take these sides off. We're not getting enough dirt to get a nice even top, so we're gonna take the sides off, let it kind of level back down a little bit, see if we can't get the tops of these mounds a little cleaner. All right, guys, it's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna go through each one of these rows and clean it out. I had a chance to kind of go through one, and I started this row here, just throwing that loose dirt that's in the pathways back on top of the hills, and then I want to make sure all the pathways are cleared out, and then we can put the cardboard paper down and the mulch. Got all the mulch laid over here by the garden. You know, it's not a whole lot. We're definitely gonna need more, but for right now, we're just gonna work row by row. But I'm tired. We got both gardens on. This is the sandy loom up here where we'll do the potatoes and onions, I think some carrots. But we'll have to pick back up probably tomorrow or something and get the rest of these rows cleaned up. I do want to go right through the middle of all these rows and do a row that goes horizontally this way. That way it splits it up and you can walk in between the rows without having to go all the way to the end of the next row. And then we still need to put the T-posts in and archways and all this. There's still a lot more to be done with the garden to build it out. But for right now, at least it's all hilled up and lined up. I'm gonna go down and Jerry just let the chickens out. Go hang out for a little while here and get ready to go in. Appreciate everyone following along today. It's really cool that we got this hiller built and it is working successfully. It took a little tweaks here and there to get it to where we kind of wanted it, but you know, at the end of the day, it turned out really good for what we had, so that's awesome. All right, guys, until next time, we'll see you later.